I am Senora and this is Arjun. In the summer of 2021, we explored Albania on a road trip. A journey of 10 days, we drove 600 miles across Albania and fell in love with everything that this beautiful country has to offer. And along this journey, we made some incredible discoveries and memories of a lifetime. This is the Great Albanian Road Trip. In the previous 2 episodes of this series, we travelled to the enchanting historical towns of Berat and Gjirokastër, and then drove along the epic coast of the Albanian Riviera, where we camped overnight on the most beautiful beach of Gjirokastër, and then made our way to the mountains in the north, where we took the most magical ferry ride of our lives through Lake Coman to get to Valbona, where we stayed in the countryside in a beautiful home tucked in the mountains. Right now, we are in the last leg of our road trip, where we trek along the jaw-dropping accursed mountains, also known as the Albanian Alps.
Good morning. So we're all set for a hike, but we're really gonna miss this place.
Let's do it. Today is a big day. We trek 14 kilometers from Valbona's National Park all the way to the village of Tet through the accursed mountains, a landscape of rocky peaks shared between 3 countries, Albania, Montenegro, and Kosovo. This way to Tet? They're like this. 9.5 kilometers to go. We had a long way ahead of us, but sometimes the journey is as special as the destination.
We came from there. Can you see that white area with the pebbles? That's where we came from.
You know how they say challenging feats are best achieved with company? On the trek, we met Lily and Carla, 2 lovely Portuguese travelers who shared their stories of adventures with us. The most beautiful part about this trek was how we felt one with nature. The Albanian sun was shining its warmth upon us, while we stumbled upon the most peaceful sights. Berry bushes, gushing streams with the freshest of waters, and even a little doggo who joined us for a bit. And while it was quite a physical effort at some points, we were aware of each and every step, each and every breath, almost like meditation.
The world from the place beneath the willow. So many years, too many tears on your pillow, on your pillow.
The last 2 hours of the trek were mostly downhill. The excitement of reaching Tet was building every minute. And we made it in time, right before sunset, where the cutest little church greeted us. We were out of energy, but Carla made sure we have our jumping shot. our most favorite memory from the day. The next day, it was time to say goodbye to the mountains and travel back to the capital city of Tirana. And so, we were reunited with our yellow buddy waiting for us in Shkodra. But on the way, Arjun insisted we stay overnight at a town called Krujë, a charming medieval village, just about 30 kilometers from Tirana. When we reached Krujë and witnessed the sunset views, oh boy, we were so glad we decided to stop over.
So this is our dinner situation tonight in beautiful Krujë, and there's a lot of Italian influence in Albanian dishes as well. So today we've ordered mostly Italian. Here we've got some spaghetti aglio e olio. I just learned today that aglio actually means garlic in Italian. So something new that I learned today. This is spaghetti aglio e olio, and this is tagliatelle with cherry tomatoes. And this one right here is very traditional to Albanian cuisine. This one is yaprak, and this is very similar to the dolmas in Greek cuisine and the vine leaves, the stuffed vine leaves that you get in Middle Eastern cuisine. And it's interesting how food can actually blur boundaries between different countries and in this case even continents. So yeah.
Nestled in the foothills of the Albanian Alps, Krujë is not only charming but boasts an enormous historical significance. Home to the ancient Illyrian tribes, this town became the first capital of Albania in the 12th century. Soon after, the Ottomans invaded and took over almost all of the Balkan Peninsula. But 2 centuries later, the Albanians managed to defeat the Ottoman invaders under the leadership of Skanderbeg, who is celebrated today as the national hero of the country. And Krujë is especially known for its castle, from where Skanderbeg fought for his people. Just outside the walls of this castle are the bazaars of Krujë. It is one of the oldest marketplaces in Albania, at over 400 years old. Walking here is like stepping into a storybook. This street is a feast for the eyes, with all the colors and tapestries and vintage gems. These stores sell antique pieces which have been pre-owned and passed down for generations. One of the streets also housed a little shop that belongs to the Guni family, who for over 5 generations have preserved the tradition of handcrafting and sewing these traditional Albanian hats called keleşe and these footwear called papuçe.
So it's a hot day in Krujë, but we're going to refuel ourselves with some brilliant lunch here. These are some of the staples: grilled vegetables and yaprak. This one right here is traditional birek, which is the savory crepe with a lovely spinach filling right here. And this is just so tasty. Let me just break this and show you right here. This right here. This is so filling and just so delicious. So yeah. Yum, yum, yum.
Post this yummy Albanian feast and a bit of sightseeing, we headed back to Tirana. But being the adventure enthusiasts that we are, we took a little detour. So we're doing a very crazy thing right now. When we were researching on the trip to Albania, we just happened to drop that little yellow man on Google Street View. We just happened to drop him at a point, and then we figured out it's something called Lake Bovil, which has not been mentioned in any of the itineraries on travel blogs and websites online. So we're like, why don't we just go and find out? So right now we are headed to Lake Bovil, and I don't know if it is a good decision because the roads all the way here were really bad. Finally we have got onto some tar road, but the roads right tourists here. We've hardly seen any cars on the way. So let's see. I really hope that this effort is worth it. You know how they say the most beautiful views appear after the hardest climb? Well, this was something like that. Getting up to the viewpoint even involved a bit of an unexpected hike. And just like that, it was time to say goodbye. We had experienced some of the most memorable days in a place that was new, but one that also strangely felt like home. Albania is more than just a country, more than just any place on the map. Albania is an experience where the stories of its intense past and generations of culture come to life, where there is kindness and compassion, where there is beauty in every little thing, where nature thrives beyond horizons and touches your soul like never before. They say wherever you go becomes a part of you somehow. And for that, thank you, Albania. Faleminderit.